Happy Saturday night, sir. I'm I'm surprised I'm finally back in playing this game because I had to take like practically 2 weeks off because I couldn't talk. So, I'm uh I'm happy we're back. I've completely forgotten everything we've done in the 10 or so hours that we played this game, and we'll see where that puts us. But I don't remember. I know we went to like a prison, and that's we went to a prison. Oh, and then some creepy people came and tried to join us. Um, yeah, I guess we really only did the prison, so that's fine. Um, but definitely, it's gonna take me a bit to remember what the hell we're doing and how the game works and all that. So bear with me. Um, but we will do our best. Whatever our best is, we are going to attempt to do that. Um, also, if Mr. William would humor us, sir, you come over here, and then what? Oh, I see what happened here. Bear with me a second. There you go, sir. Yes. Now he's a starving boy, chat. Just a starving boy, going to fall apart at any minute. So you know. But good people like chat take pity on him. I gotta put it down. There you go. Solving one problem at a time, we are. Um, so we had come back. Then we had that whole scene with the creepy people, and I think she's in our party list now. How do I look at that? Yeah, here, Cabela. Um, her sword bleeds. Um, she's part of a death cult. That sounds charming. Um, you know, there, put a helmet on there. Wonderful. Um, yeah, I guess because I think we can take more than 3 people, can't we? I think we can take a whole. Uh, we can take 6, I think. I am not ready to fail an escape room tomorrow. I'm ready to attempt to succeed. If we then fail after that, that's just how it goes. But I think we will first attempt to succeed. Um, yeah, that's failure in Spanish. Oh, okay. Um, be smart tomorrow once. Be smart. Oh, does she have intelligence? No, she has agility. So what? No, there'd be no reason to use that. Um, hey, I mean, I had to tell some other people. They did remember, but they appreciated the fact that they only remembered because they checked their calendar by accident. So I was probably gonna have to tell everybody. Um, it's a good thing that I'm the one who coordinates this. You know, just keeping y'all on schedule. Oh, William. Um, You know, I'm gonna go with just a flesh wound, because why not? Be nice if I could actually stay on my toes, though. Alright. Oh, does she have multiple levels here? Ooh. Oh my god, that is a lot of text for a skill. I feel like that's too much text. I I'm not sure my brain is prepared for this. Um You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna give her Medicae. Why not? Uh oh, 2 ranks available. There we go. Okay, complete. Cool. So let's save. And let's go somewhere. William, you're a desperate pedant. We've not been here. We have been here. Let's go back to the... Hey, Sophie. How are you tonight? How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm doing well. My voice is in a state where I can talk and do things, and for once, we're gonna play this game, which has been sitting in the back burner for quite a while. And to be fair, I've also been addicted to Factorio, but that was also helpful when you couldn't really do anything talking based. So, I think we'll go to Urak 5 first. Voxmaster Vijdis. I don't remember how they say it. Vd? Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vigdi pauses, as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Vorsarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Yeah, how dare you not say hi to Sophie once? Are you even a nice person? Gosh. Of course, you did feed this boy, so I guess that does give you a credit. Look at my chair. Abelard. The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice, the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. New quest. Okay. Avrila Vent. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Abelard says, very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you've already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Avrila Vent. Lord Captain! Lieutenant Avrila Vent, requesting permission to speak. She falls silent, and then adds rashly, "On a matter of extreme importance and urgency." Alright. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a fucking shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. "I'm very sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures," she exclaimed hotly. "This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers." Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical He glances at Sauerbach, who is standing not far from him, but she maintains a stony expression. Alright, well, does anyone want cat butt in the picture here? I could kill the camera. Let me know if you do. Avrilla, Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wersarian, and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. She knows these last words by heart. She's been preparing to say them for some time. She glances at Abelard, and then at you. Very good, Sophie. Thank you for the input. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me. Abelard, I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Abelard scoffs. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. Avrilla. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. Abelard. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I've already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. Avrilla. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion as a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Alright, what happened? She'll give you the condensed version, followed by a wall of text. Okay, Chief. They found a cultist amulet on a body of someone who'd been killed in a brawl, reported up the chain, cleansing rite to be performed, open an investigation, no heretics found alive, and the search has made people unhappy. Cool, cool. Where does Seneschal Wersarian come into all this? Abelard. I shall explain. William, sit. Be a good boy. Stop demanding food. You have wet food, you have dry food, you've had treats, thanks to Once Forever. You do not get more than that. You do not get more than that. You will get booted if you continue on this train. Much like Avrilla is causing problems, you causing problems. Yeah, that tail's twitching alright. He is not happy. Oh, thank you, Sophie. Avrilla, I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. Abelard, I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There's an established order on the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so, of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship. Avrilla, you are far too heavy-handed, Seneschal. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It's driven the people to the brink, she says bitterly. Now there is a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4 to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. This situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. What is Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. Yes, haha. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one which is now, more besides, giving succor to cultists and minions of the arch-enemy. Avrilla, Depot 4 is poor and troubled, man. But at worst, that means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. We've handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on the Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect on all the neighboring sectors. Master-at-Arms, the ships and forces report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Jocasta. Lord Captain, unlike Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realize that it's not within my right to challenge my superiors. Sauerback bows her head in Abelard's direction. However, a moment later, a serpentine smile appears on her lips. That being said, while I entirely share Master Wissarian's opinion on what the fate of Depot 4 deserving, I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Abelard. I see you've decided to follow Lieutenant's example after all. Such behavior does you no credit. So I have everything from each of you explain yourselves to I don't give a shit. Well, William, I can't see. Here, come here. Sit there like a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Nope. Nope, no further. Seeing is overrated, yes, sometimes. He's desperate, Sophie. Desperate. We're gonna get more William time than we are game time at the rate we're going. He's thwapping the back of the monitor with his tail. There are worser fates. It's true. Okay. Lieutenant Vent, would you like to say... Would you say the Seneschal has singled you out from your peers in any way? Lord Captain. He's never given me any privileges. Never advocated for me. Never facilitated my promotions. Although, he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place. He's offered me extensive guidance for my service, for which I am grateful. And William's in the way. And And while not all my fellows receive such attention, I know of at least a dozen fine officers whom the Seneschal keeps in his sights to ensure that they continue to strive. Abelard. To prepare new generations of the dynasty's servants, to instruct them, and to separate those with potential from those who have exhausted it. That is my duty as Seneschal. This ship has bays worth of pilots, enforcers, officers, technicians, and stewards whom I have raised personally. By the throne, every third person standing on this bridge right now was my student at one point. Abelard, do you wish to respond? Mistress Saddleback, can you recall an occasion where I would encourage an officer to disobey their superior? Or one where I would overrule their order, or show favoritism to those who merited none? None, Seneschal. For there have been no such cases in the entire time I have served aboard this ship. If anyone were to claim otherwise, I would have them pay for insulting your honor with blood. Your conduct in this regard have always been spotless. Nevertheless, given your eminent position, a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of Junior Williams. Junior officers inflate their sense of self-importance and undermine discipline. That you distinguish some of them and know them by name is tantamount to walking around the officer's deck handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. It fills those you set apart with ambition and audacity, makes them stand out among the rest. Enforcers are meant to be faceless servants, fighters ready to die, their fate entrusted to their commander, and no one else. That is the sole foundation of order. I see. Abelard. Evidently my officers are anything but a shining example of unity and adherence today. I have only myself to blame, I suppose. So, Abelard, what do you say to all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided extensively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm my rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. Avrilla. Avrilla, please help William find a spot. Good boy. Good boy. For my part, I urged the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. I've heard enough. I will go down to the lower decks and deal with the problem personally. Avrilla, praise the Emperor! Thank you, Lord Captain. Abelard, an enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Jocasta. Lord Captain, I regret that the enforcers were unable to handle the situation, which then led to your and the Seneschal's involvement. I consider it my duty to go to Depot 4 myself and see to the expedient resolution of this incident. Alright, chat, we're going downstairs. And we're bringing the whole gang. William, get off! All right. Is it Alt? Tab? Okay, so Tab shows us things. That's good.
Let's see this through.
Okay, so they threw an acid bomb at him. Charming. Lower decks, a source of endless problems. Sometimes I regret we can't replace them all with robots. Did you hear? They were shouting your name. Okay, so let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this. All right. The reason we would want to trigger these valves?
I am at your service.
Every moment a chance for greatness.
I don't think they actually do anything though. Yeah, I don't seem to actually be able to like target them. And they're all named Lower Deck Rabble.
Purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
The simple folk indeed.
Let's seize the moment.
Here's Jocasta. And Avrila, I presume. Yep. So she's trying to stall them. And she's telling her to get out of the way. And I won't do it, sir. This is my deck, my sector. So long as this area remains under Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. Abelard. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Mutters in crabby approval. He doesn't clarify who he's talking about. Your lordship. We got everything from what's the situation to murder. What's the situation? They've locked down the bay where the strike is. So under control. Verge of mutiny. I want to speak to them. I'm a goody two-shoes most of the time.
Venture forth.
Alright. This looks friendly like. Save. Dozen people stare apprehensively at you. Yeah, they're not doing well. They both bowed to me. Rivet. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. I will drink my water. We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? We've been pushed to the limit, and they're lashing out. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. Ooh, naughty. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Awareness test succeeded. Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them revealed in a way that the news of the attack has shocked them. Tell me what's troubling you. Why are you striking? Just Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. This is a tall, thin man in worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Old Nan. Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile, dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to whole bays for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. Great, so we have dicks in charge of the military. Sounds like anything we know. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well within her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. Stagiaire. It's all true. Vent's the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling toward us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace, without being harassed. Abelard, do you have anything to add? Abelard. I authorized all use of necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. He frowns, clearly disgruntled to having to explain himself in the workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Sauerbeck, was it necessary to torture these people with cold? The rabble understands only one language, Lord Captain, that of violence. As per regulations, should the laborers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting air supply and cutting off water, which is almost certain to restore order. The peasants can grumble all they want, but in the end they are the source of their own misery. All they have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and the need for punitive measures will disappear. Right, so they have no agency. What changes do you want? Old Nan, well, would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking the bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers and quit turning off the heat. Stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. We want to be armed. Give us arms. We'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been the leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. Stagiaire, you've gone too far, old Nan. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and we'll talk to them. One lower decker to another. If there are any more of these damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. Old Nan, you speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out. Rivet. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. So we could do coercion. Ooh, lose profit factor. I don't want that. Thoughts, Abelard? He's not convinced. Don't give them what they want. They could be corrupted. Okay. So he has like a bad experience from somewhere else. Master at Arms, where do you stand? So also don't do it. So we have everything from eliminate everyone to give them weapons or putting weapons in untrained hands. Now, this is my choice. So we're not going to give them weapons. I won't go all the way to Old Nan. I will go for the middle ground. So we succeeded. We made up our minds. It's time to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. She hisses in dissatisfaction. You ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. But if you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. Rivet, that's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. Then it's decided. The persecution will stop. And I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Your lordship, thank you. You've not abandoned us. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Alright, end dialogue. GTFO. I assume that's it. I don't think there's anything down here.
Marching ahead.
Right, this is all just like... Oh, I see goods! I see goods!
We should deal with this.
See, there was a reason I came over here. Alright, I think that's it, though. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright. So I assume we just go back upstairs now. Did I miss anything? There's another area over here. Can I get there? Oh, here's a door. Oh, don't click on the door twice. So I suppose if we had to kill them, we would have to come in here and kill them. That door does not open.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
All right. I think we're good, chat. I think we're good. Oh, it's over here. Oh! What's this? William? You satisfied, sir? Abelard. Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companion saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Abelard looks at you and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's Protectorate? Let's talk about your role in all this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene, he says irascibly. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. Abelard looks at you, stunned, and exhales loudly. Then he nods curtly. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign, of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then, suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Wow, we got a lot of choices here. So I think we're gonna go sort of not full change in pace, but very close to that, because I'm gonna do things my way. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world, a world where Theodora is gone and where you and I have new decisions to make. Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest, your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, please let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there's far more suitable places. All right. I like how that ended. Let's
see this through.
GTFO. Oh, cool. Did we level? I think we leveled, guys. I think we leveled. I sure did. Everybody did. Okay. So level 16 is when we can start poking around. Cool. Oh, what is my bonus for fellowship? +6. Okay. Good to know. So this would give an ally an extra 6 movement points. Ooh, something that ignores cover. Ooh, and ignore enemy dodge if they're under voice of command. I like that. That's interesting. Like for Argenta, maybe? Would that be helpful? I also like this remove all your bleeding, stun, toxin, all that. That's nice. Increasing resolve is also nice. And also starting with an extra action point is nice. I think I'm going to take this for the action point because that's important. Hey Raul, how are you, sir? How are you feeling? I know you were a bit under the weather, so I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. It is a lot of Warhammers. Good deal. Glad to hear you're getting some rest. Well, I hear you. I too have needed extra rest that I haven't gotten. We've got so many choices here. The one thing that would be nice to have would be like a, hey, here's, like, not always do we get suggested stuff. You know, like nothing found for suggested. I'm gonna give her movement points, because why not? I like mobility. Mobility is definitely something I like. Ooh, all allies. Yep, sure, done. Nobody's really got great tech use or logic. We've got Medicae. She's got Warp Lore. I've got Imperium Lore. She's got Awareness. Let's go for logic. Yeah. All right. Abelard. Let's get him some... I like how it says toughness. We could make him more tanky. Sure, I'm fine with that. Oh, I was doing something with... Yeah, here's charge. So I was building on charge. Let's see, was there something here? Those are all skill stuff. Dueling Mastery might be useful. Yeah. If I'm gonna have him in there. We could also just give him straight up more HP. Let's give him the parry bonus. And then last but not least is Blade Dancer Lady. We'll give her more weapon skill. So we're increasing her AGI. Medicae. So she gets it from intelligence. Instead, she could get it from weapon skill, which is higher. Ooh. Melee area attacks do one less. Or, yeah, done. Okay. Save. I know we haven't had any, like, real combat or done anything, but we're getting there. Alright. Because we were attempting to go to this other planet or whatever and got delayed by the event. So we're going over to Urak 5. Or attempting to. The Vox Master. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobility, or Nobilite perhaps, continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urak 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We've also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it's the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. Unable to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, many compartments are unpowered, and some are depressurized. So, station's not been abandoned. Contact again. I will negotiate personally. Does not reply. Order the crew to dock. Affirmative. Alright. We'll take our crew. They can't stop us. I mean, they can try. Dead people. Not dead people. Warp.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
All right. So he's about to assassinate them. Well, murder. Are we gonna drop in right in time to save them or no? Because I have no control here. We're still in the cutscene. Yep, too late. Felix Orselio. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and it's not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. The navigator frowns. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait. I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the Von Valencius dynasty? Yes, I'm absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. The navigator looks at his guards and winces. The soldiers are quivering as if their tormented flesh were being flayed, yet they keep clutching their weapons. Why would a keeper of the station command vile mutants condemned by the Emperor? Felix. The blame lies with Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Uruk 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp on those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to the uninitiated, but I am going to try. After more water. Alright. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles, and have worn the veil between our world and the Immaterium thin and frail, at least here on the station. The ruinous powers? Okay. Metaphysical force, psychic energy, wonderful. Trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living beings. The servants were the first to fall victim. Oh, their bodies morphed, and pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station. But I rallied the few who still followed the light of the Golden Throne to set things right. Adira. The Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet this station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door open wide. Felix, I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterium has not yet affected your body and soul. With all due respect, I advise you not to remain at the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help, or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. I still have questions. The warp drove the servants the same, but failed to affect you and Lady Cassia? Thanks to Special Gene, navigators are more resistant to the emanations of the warp than mere mortals. Tell me about your mistress. I'm not allowed to discuss. She will tell you personally if she feels like it, assuming she survives. My men reported the station's in a deplorable state. I should know. Everything happened too quick. What makes you think she's still alive? So she's got power. Why did you not respond to questions from Ricard Minoris? Okay. Enough questions. What kind of help are you talking about? He doesn't want to ask me help, but you may actually succeed. You will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Arcelio herself. This is the control rod to the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? Main cogitator in the guard room. How do I remake the control rod? He has a phylactery containing her blood. Needs to be taken to the laboratory. Okay. If it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said it'd be easy. It's blocked by the madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate. Why should I help you? You came to the station for a reason. House Arcelio will not be able to help you unless the current crisis is resolved. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like this is a we will not do something for free. So we will rescue her, but you will sign a contract with us. So be it. Okay. Save.
Let's seize the moment.
I still feel like he's dirty, but I can't be sure. I'm gonna take a quick break and refill my water. Feel free to get yourself a stretch if you want. And we'll go for a bit more after that. BRB quick. Alrighty. We have fed the cat. Always a good plan to feed the cat. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. No, I don't want... Could have sworn I saw loot over here. Yeah. We don't leave loot behind. Alright, so we're obviously not going this way. But I see loot over there. Good to know. Alright, let's look at this body.
That wasn't so difficult.
Wonderful. So the warp screwed them up badly. Lovely.
Venture forth.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
Okay, that's not concerning.
Witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Cool.
An expected result.
Yes. Yes, it was. Alright. Was that an enemy over there? Yes, Mutant Commander.
Marching ahead.
Mutant Traitor. Okay. They still haven't seen me, which is fine. Intercepted conversation between security officers. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. We haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years, but Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out Keeper Felix didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. Okay. So, definitely, Felix is not all that he seems. Which, of course, we're not surprised at all.
Whisper.
Now,
I serve the dynasty.
can we just, you know, sneak in here and do that?
Challenging me was a mistake.
Apparently the answer to that is yes. Oh, there's a couple over here. Noted. Alright. Adira's gonna go there. For Cabela, we're gonna put you there. Abelard. Actually, put her there. Abelard go. No. I still don't understand sometimes why it does certain things. But we can't have it all. Alright. Start the battle. Rude.
Minor setback.
Not good, because it just killed their... Alright, good. Parried. Nice. Less nice. Alright, Argenta.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Alright, so let's go for this. Well, that was beautiful. 3 of them are dead. Although apparently there's reinforcements here. Charming. I'm actually going to use run and gun. And then I'm going to try and hit him. Nice. Pretty good round for her, I think. Alright, they're going to come in now. Looks like they're all melee, which is fine. They're not, though. Alright, dodged again, both of them. Rude. Alright, Cabela, she's new and I don't really know how to use her. She has 11 movement, though. Damn. I come here.
As a tenant's demand, let your soul be purged.
Oh, I was really hoping they would kill one of them.
As honor ordains.
So we're gonna choose this guy.
The shadows will see it done. Death is a blessing.
Nice.
I shall not fail. The other side awaits.
Cool, cool, cool. So I guess that's it for her this turn. She's unfortunately not in any cover, but he's covered in blood now. Rude.
Heart next time.
All right, Adira. So I want analyze enemies on commander. And then I want the joint thingy. And then William, you're fine. We're gonna try and just kill him, right? Oh, darn. Only half damage. Alright. We gotta watch her warp. She's pretty high on warp. Oh, another guy there. Great. Alright, so we gotta get the shoddy guy here. I mean, gotta get everybody, but, you know. So, I'm gonna do voice of command on Abelard. Then I don't. Ooh. I can do a bunch of damage, can't I? Okay. We're gonna move here. And I'm gonna go for the murder.
I know what to do.
Beautiful. I meant to use this first, but hey, we all make mistakes. Can I use this? Yes. Will it hit? No. Yeah, well. Alright. Then I'm going to cast this bonus thing I just got on him. So that should give him more AP next turn. Alright, so Abelard is up. So this should get him over there and do double damage and kill him. Beautiful. Unfortunately, we can't move over there, so we'll do this. Do I have a ranged weapon? I do. Let's try that. Nice! Screw it, let's do it. Because then we can kill this guy. Let's go back to our melee weapon. We'll go right in here.
My place is at the fort.
And then... So if we attack him with this, we won't do enough. However, if we use this first, and then do this, that should kill him right. Yep, perfect. Then we'll hide here and end his turn. Alright. We've got 2 people left, I think. Yeah. So Argenta's gonna move here. Oh, is there 3? There are 3, okay. That's fine. Go, baby, go. Now she's currently winded, right? Yes.
Doubt is for the weak.
So we'll use her special here. Now, this should do enough to kill. It had a 95% chance to hit.
I'll do it.
95, chat. Now it has 65. Okay. Good enough.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Alright. And her turn. They're going to come in and probably fire. Nope, they're still too far. That's fine. This is not going to end well for this person. Because she can move wicked far. I really like that. Glad to hear you're enjoying your Balatroing, Sophie. Always important. Yeah, I know, Raul. Doesn't make me any happier.
As honor all deaths.
Alright, they're dead. I'll end their turn. Adira, I'm actually just gonna let sit. I'm gonna move up. And... oh, damn, look at that. Plus 12 momentum. Because it's 2 times my bonus. So, if I put it on her... so I'll do voice of command first.
Set this in motion.
So she's on voice of command. And then... I have 3 left. So then we're going to cast this to boost her again. Then I'm going to cast this so she gets an extra turn. And I screwed up. Looks like. Never mind, chat. Never mind. Woohoo. I was mistaken. Because for a second I thought I was gonna get oh, kills the enemy before the end of the officer's turn. That's my mistake. I was thinking it was during, like, when I cast that. It was not.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Alright. Argenta, milady, can you hit him from here? 27% chance. Not very good. Let us instead... where can you move to? Suppose you can go here.
Lord Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
what are our chances from here? Still 27. Okay. So we will go yoink.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
And then we will go doink. And try that.
The Emperor commands.
Nice. Cool. That was a pretty great fight. Pretty great. Now, excuse us while we loot the bodies. Loot. Shoddy. Always love a good shoddy. Alright, what do we got here? Nothing super great. Looks like all generic stuff.
Onward to victory.
Which is okay. It's allowed to be, you know, generic. Wait, who's this over here? Servant. Okay. Another servant. Okay. So they just like chilling during this whole thing? Apparently. Alright.
Let's see this through.
I do what I must.
So did we get the EXP for that? Yes. Okay.
Here. What's that?
Ooh, nice. An upgraded pistol. Mutated flesh sample. That sounds charming. Chat, remember to get your mutated flesh samples from a local store near you.
Always striving for greatness.
Wait, what did I just pick up? Data crypt. I haven't the faintest clue. It's a thing. That's what I know. Chat, I picked up a thing. You should be so proud of me. Looks like some random text. Keycard? Nope. Navigator flesh sample. So maybe I want to go over here then? Apparently I missed loot? I did! Meteorite chunk. Well, that sounds like good loot. I don't know what for yet, but sounds like it. Alright, let's go in here. Okay, so we can't get in here. Fine. That actually makes me happy because I didn't want to, like, go by the easy door and then, you know, have to come back. Alright. Definitely more loot here, yep. Tasty, tasty. That door is openable. That door is openable. That door is clearly not. We can clear this.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Find a body. Ooh, +5 to persuasion. And a special kind of sword, apparently. But it doesn't look like we're going any further there. Save.
Venture forth.
Let's try this door first. Are they both going to the same spot? No, it doesn't look like. Well, I take that back. Ooh, bloody. Another mutant trader there.
Now that was easy.
Okay. Save. He does not seem to be unfriendly. Protect the child. I just straight up womboed him.
The Viscia. Would he be proud? Am I?
Okay. That was definitely a thing. Another one of those data crypt things.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Research notes. So the navigators are resistant to the warp. Okay, so these are apparently these are samples from data pieces. Okay, and apparently the meteorite is useless. Okay. So this was a smart person, but they're now a dead person, so you know. See if we can open the door.
Perfect.
Nice. Little blood here, that's always, you know, refreshing.
My actions speak louder than words.
Got some goodies. More goodies. And ooh, carapace chest plate. Is that useful? Not useful, but long las. Ooh, we've got a long-ranged weapon. All right. Well, let's see. Is that better for Argenta? It's certainly not a shoddy. But it might be nice to have in her. But that's a range of 18. This is a range of 12. I'm gonna do it. I want her to have a little extra something. Ooh. Well, that's a big dodge percentage. So we're gonna put that on. Unless we got something better. Well, that's helpful for the ranged attacks. Who's persuasion-y? Me? 60. Probably me. Yeah. But I already have something equipped, don't I? Yeah, one for tech use. So I probably want to keep that. Although, I'm already at 35. So I could give the tech use to, say, Adira. And I'll take the persuasion gloves instead. So now she can be 38 instead. Perfect. Alright, so does anybody have better armor? that they are not wearing that they could be wearing? So we definitely want to keep her armor on. She's got the good special stuff. So this is actually better than his trusty, just because it reduces the damage by a bit more. Doesn't look as cool, but it's a thing. And then what do I have for armor? I have the improved one. Okay. So let's save that. We'll come back here. What about this door? All right. Rough, bloody sketch. Drawing of a tall woman with a dark-eyed master painted with fresh blood. Okay, charming.
Onward to victory.
Charming. More dead people. Love some dead people. And this should open the door. Cogitator's vid screen's covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. Everything was ripped out. Great. Awaken the Cogitator. Alright. Request data on the station's navigators. Okay. So there are 5 Orcelios. 2 of them are alive, including Theobald. Alright. The child. Location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeds permissible limit, status unknown error. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper or the Navis Laboratum custodian. Examine the log. Alright, partially corrupted, but we can see some things. Let's start with Vox report. Okay, generators are not working. 200 servants perished due to the explosion. Someone sabotaged. 20 minutes, and then we're dead. Attempted to contact Winterscale, but something's jammed. Okay, so totally 100% sabotage. Charming. We're on our own. Okay. Recent entries of the incident log. Servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. Okay. Negotiating Winterscales was a success. New servants. We need to increase the retainer's resistance to child's powers. Okay, so the child sounds dangerous. Station's docking log. Okay, so Regent Aranto Orcelio is someone special. And we'll have to see about them. Security and life support. Damage in multiple departments. So, all sorts of stuff. Encrypted data. Required security captain or above. Alright. We should be able to do this, right? Nice. We bypassed restrictions. Most encrypted data has been wiped. You find a list of most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness. Child, delete, picked, flow, disable access code, annul station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. Great. So, only the keepers of the station have access to life support systems, but Keeper Theobald has not left the child's side, and neither had I. So he's wondering if, yeah, The guy we just met is the one who did it. Main elevator controls. Activate the elevator. Return to... Yep, okay. Main chamber controls. Open all doors. Data corrupted. Oh god. Uh-oh, chat. Not good, chat. We're going with number 3. Number 4. Passage has been opened. Number 5. Doors already been opened. 6. Uh-oh. What did we do? Oh, we opened the door we cared about. 1, 2, 6. Okay. Step away. Save. We're not calling Rykab Minoris for help.
Let's seize the moment.
We're gonna risk the biscuit on our own. Oh, did we miss this guy? We did. Ooh. Cool. Warp Sears goggles. Well, we'll take those. Oh, this was, you know, this, we didn't miss it. This was the door that just got opened. The other door, that is. Because there was one other door that we were able to open. Uh-oh. Not good.
Stay sharp.
That doesn't look good. You can see yeah, this, that wasn't concerning at all, chat. Oh, look, this looks charming.
Just as I was taught.
Another data crypt. This one much earlier. Another tissue sample, yep. Alright. Biogel, black water, and unidentified acid, okay. And a psi crystal. Okay.
Let's see this through.
Now, I mean, I don't know, maybe? So we've restarted the elevator, but we gotta rebuild the control rod now, which should be in the laboratory, which I guess would have been here, but we need more laboratory. So I'm guessing here, yep. Okay. Well, let's raid the goods first. More research notes. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Okay. Okay. More goods there. Laboratory journal. The child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. You know, it could happen, Sophie. Someone cried to death. They dehydrated by crying to death. Oh my. These are really gnarly, so I'm not gonna read them all out. Yeah, I'm just not gonna read them all out. I'm gonna pick up the thing, but I'm not gonna read them out. Adamantine. Alright, so what do we got here? Save. Transducer. We can put 3 different things in there. Data crypt connector. We have a few of those. Reagent flask. We don't have anything. Tissue flask. We have 3 of those. So we clearly got a puzzle here. Can we just remake the control rod first? Yes, we can. But clearly I don't want to leave yet. All right. So we have 44 and 41. Info. The shining... Okay, so the meteorite's completely useless, but the shining granules can be used to make new plates for the child. Okay, so what if we put in meteorite chunk?
Now that's interesting.
We got meteorite dust. Okay. What if we put the psi crystal in here? We get crystal dust. Wait for it. What if we put adamantine in here? We get adamantine dust. Charming. And I don't think there's anything else I can put in here. Correct? Correct. Okay. Data crypt connector. Let's start with KO40H. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. So I'm actually gonna remove that and start with this one. Catalyst flask. Okay. Reagent flask. Okay. And tissue flask. So we have 9 items here. Charming. All right, and so we were looking at H40KO. I don't think there's anything in this one. Nope. Okay. So we're looking at this one, I think. So this is part 13. This is part 12. So we'll start with part 12. Okay, so corrupted flesh of the mutated. Okay, so mutated flesh reacts most unusually to the crystals. So that was this one. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Okay. So we want either the black water or the biogel. Okay. So now let's go look at part 13. Adamantine dust and black water. Worst idea could have entered my mind. Adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn. Well, lowborn would be not a navigator. Alright. Having said that, not even the master can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound in the formula. Okay. Okay, so I think adamantine goes with flesh. So I'm going to say meteorite goes with navigator. Alright, so probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. Which one would I do with the acid? I'm not sure. Do we have one more piece? I think we do. Laboratory journal here. Okay. Was there anything in here? Not sure. Yeah, it was just those 3 pieces of info. I have each of the 3 data crypts, but I'm not sure what to do with them. Like, are they useful? Okay, so KO4 OH was the adamantine. So that's that one. Okay, so these go with this one. Where's the acid one? I think that's not here. I think that's in part 12. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. Something more basic. So I feel like basic would be this. Blackwater. And then this one goes here. And I think I'm gonna go here and here. I'm not sure about these, but we're gonna try. Damn. Well, that failed. That wasn't it, chat. Let's try and see if either of the others I have are right. Because then at least we can, you know, do some elimination. Alright, so first and foremost, we know that's not right. Let's try the bottom one. What? What? Alright, so we're gonna try the bottom one. Maybe this one explodes too, but you know. Damn. All right. All right, I still want to try the bottom one, but I think I'm gonna switch the, not the reagent, but the catalyst. We're gonna try the acid this time. Damn. All right, trying the last catalyst or the last reagent I have, whatever. And if not, then I might end it here because I was gonna stop at 9:30 anyway. It would help if I actually pushed the key. I hear that's helpful. All right, so we're gonna try the biogel. Hey!
Nothing can catch me off guard.
Cool. Adaptive antidote. Immune to toxic damage. And inflicts minus 10 penalty toughness. Okay. Great. So we've got one of them. Cool. So. Let's go Blackwater. No, I just did that. Meteorite dust. You. And you. And damn. All right. I know we're pretty much just hitting trial and error at this point, but you know, I ain't proud. I ain't proud. So we did the Blackwater last time. We're gonna do the acid this time. And we're still gonna do Navigator. And we're still gonna do this one. Oh, sorry, this one. No. Okay, great. Now, sure, we could go look it up, but that would be too easy. All right, so we're just gonna stay with the KH1. We're gonna go with this flesh sample. We're gonna go with this flask. And we're gonna go with this reagent. And we're gonna save it like so. Hey, and we're right anyway, so we don't have to save again.
Keep your senses
Cool.
keen.
So, Elixir of Warp Neutrality. Immune to warp damage. Cool. William is so desperate at this point, guys. So desperate. We're about to wrap up, so he'll be safe again. He'll be free. What? Oh, so there must be something else. Did I save after that one? I did. Okay. So I guess we have to find something else. But that's going to do it for tonight. It was nice to be back playing this game again. Hopefully we'll play again on Monday. More of this. I might end up switching back and forth between this and Factorio. We'll see, because I definitely don't want to overdo the voice. Today was okay after we got sort of through the first bit of the reading. It's nice to have a break. So a little gameplay in between is just fine. But thanks for being here. I hope you all have a great rest of your night and a wonderful rest of your weekend. And see some of you Monday. Otherwise, enjoy next week too. I know a lot of people have a holiday here in the U.S. For Thanksgiving. So if I don't see you before then, enjoy your Thanksgiving. And until then, take care of yourself, guys. Bye-bye. And don't forget to save. Okay, bye.